Let's get one thing straight right now, because a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are angry, and a lot of people are pretending to be shocked. Shador Sanders is a Pro Bowl NFL quarterback. Yes, it happened. No, it wasn't an accident. And whether you like it or not, this was always the plan. Shedeur Sanders being named a Pro Bowl quarterback has sent a lot of NFL fans into absolute meltdown mode. And honestly, that reaction tells you everything you need to know. People are upset, furious even. And I'm here to tell you something that might hurt your feelings a little bit. The NFL knew exactly what it was doing, just like they knew exactly what they were doing during the draft, which turned out to be one of the most watched drafts in NFL history. The league understands one thing better than anything else: attention equals money. And there is no name in modern football that generates attention like the Sanders name. Put Shador Sanders' name next to anything, and revenue follows. Views follow. Engagement follows. That's not opinion, that's data. Now suddenly, the same people who didn't care about the Pro Bowl for years are acting like defenders of football purity. Let me ask you something, honestly. When was the last Pro Bowl you actually watched? Take your time. Think about it. You probably can't remember because the Pro Bowl has been irrelevant for years. It's dodgeball, flag football, and mini games now. Nobody cared. Nobody watched, but now that Shador Sanders is involved, suddenly everyone has standards again. People are clowning him. People are pulling up stats. People are making memes. And all of that noise is conveniently distracting from one simple fact: Shador Sanders is officially a Pro Bowler. You can argue the process all you want, but the result is locked in forever, no matter how loud the jokes get. No matter how many screenshots you post, no matter how many advanced metrics you throw on Twitter, history will record him as a Pro Bowl quarterback. You can't undo that. And what makes this even nastier is that Shador didn't ask for this. He didn't campaign for it. He didn't beg for votes. He didn't manipulate the system. He played football in one of the worst situations imaginable. Let's talk about that. Situation, honestly, he was drafted into a Cleveland Browns offense that ranked near the bottom of the league by almost every advanced metric. One of the worst graded offensive lines. A bottom 5 wide receiver group. A non-existent run game. A system where multiple quarterbacks looked terrible before him. And yet, despite all of that, he won more games than any other starting Browns quarterback that season. But nobody wants to talk about context. They just want a target. That's why the hate feels personal. Because it always is with the Sanders family. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, had to respond immediately. Not with anger, not with bitterness, but with faith. God is good, he said. And that alone made people even angrier. Some fans don't want success stories. They want villains. They need someone to tear down. And when you have a player who speaks positively, gives back to the community, uplifts teammates, and refuses to play the role of the villain, people try to force that narrative onto him. Now people are mad he's playing. It's dodgeball in the Pro Bowl. Dodgeball. The same event you didn't care about last year. The same event you didn't tweet about before. The same Pro Bowl format you ignored entirely. Let's be real. This outrage isn't about football. It's about popularity. Shador Sanders became the first Browns quarterback to make the Pro Bowl since 2008. He became one of the few fifth-round rookies in recent history to earn the honor. That alone breaks narratives people were comfortable with, and here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. For some fans, Bernie Kosar and Shador Sanders now have the same number of Pro Bowl appearances. Let that sink in. Now people rush to explain the process. Yes, injuries happened. Yes, replacements were needed. That's how Pro Bowls have always worked. That's not new. That's not exclusive to Shador. That's the system functioning exactly as it always has. But suddenly now, the system is broken? Players and analysts start chiming in, pretending to say no hate while clearly hating. Social media reactions spiral. Stats get cherry-picked. 8 games. Yardage totals. QBR rankings. All of it gets thrown at him like evidence in a courtroom. And yet, None of it changes the headline. Shador Sanders, Pro Bowl quarterback. That title doesn't come with an asterisk on Wikipedia. It doesn't disappear because Reddit is mad. It doesn't evaporate because Twitter doesn't approve. This reaction cycle feels familiar because we've seen it before. It's the same energy people had with dynasties like the Patriots, like Alabama football. When success keeps showing up, resentment grows. And here's the part people really don't want to hear. The NFL is not a pure meritocracy. It never has been. Popularity matters. Marketability matters. Storylines matter. And the league doesn't even hide it anymore. Pro Bowl ratings have been falling year after year. Viewership is down. Engagement is down. The league needed a spark. They needed controversy. They needed someone who could dominate headlines without even saying a word. Enter Shador Sanders. This is the same pattern we saw in the draft. As Shedeur slid into the 5th round, ratings exploded. Day 2 coverage surged. Day 3 became the most watched ever. The numbers don't lie. The NFL knows they have a golden goose. And here's the darkest part of it all. The league doesn't care if the attention is positive or negative. All attention counts. All outrage drives clicks. All arguments boost engagement. And Shador Sanders' name delivers that better than almost anyone in football right now. That's why it feels dirty. Not because Shedeur got selected, but because his name is being used as bait. He's not even responding. He's overseas, living his life. Meanwhile, the internet is tearing him apart for something he didn't orchestrate. So no, I don't feel bad that Shador Sanders made the Pro Bowl. I feel bad that the NFL is willing to drag his name through chaos just to spike ratings. And when the dust settles, when the jokes fade, when the memes stop circulating, the record books won't care about the outrage. They'll just say one thing: Shador Sanders, Pro Bowl quarterback. If you made it this far, do me a favor, hit that like button, because I know this conversation made somebody uncomfortable. Share this video with someone who's still pretending the Pro Bowl mattered before this week. Subscribe if you want real NFL talk without the fake outrage. And most importantly, drop a comment. Tell me how mad this made you, or tell me why you agree. Either way, let's talk about it.